The quickest way to hit 10K a month is by understanding people and how our minds work. And then you use that against people by hacking the human psyche to then get people to buy your service. Since creating this psychological hack and implementing it into my marketing agency, I've done over 32K in just the last 90 days. There are 4 different hacks, and if you implement all 4 hacks, it will be a game changer for your business in terms of the amount of appointments you book, the amount of sales calls you close, and the amount of revenue you bring in every single month. So today I'm going through all 4 different hacks and how you can implement them for your business. And I'm going to go through them in terms of importance of how much they can grow your agency, starting from least to most. So make sure you stay for number 4 because it is the most important. And to remember these, we use the acronym NESB. So let's hop straight in with the first one, which is new. So we use new because your service needs to be something that is seen as innovative or exciting, because the human brain loves to blame others and not take responsibility itself. So for example, someone might run meta ads for their business and they have 0 experience of running meta ads and they don't know what they're doing. So when that doesn't go well, they don't get good results, they will say meta ads don't work and they won't blame themselves at all. So if in your outreach you say, we increase your revenue using meta ads, they'll think, no, meta ads do not work, so they won't even reply. Whereas if you reframe it as something new, innovative, and exciting, so for example, you say, we increase your revenue through performance marketing, they won't associate that with meta ads. And what that allows you to do is, 1, get a reply, because they will not reply for meta ads because they'll say, oh, meta ads don't work. So then at least you can get them on a sales call. And you might think, well, surely they're just going to have the same objection on the sales call. And yes, they will, but on the sales call, that gives you a chance to handle the objections. You can ask, oh, by the way, when you ran those meta ads, did you have any prior experience to running ads? And they'll say no. And you can ask a line of questioning that basically gets them to realize they're being a bit irrational, thinking meta ads don't work at all because they just didn't have experience. So you can make them understand that they didn't have experience, and maybe going with someone with experience. And if you can also show testimonials, that will actually build that trust, and then you're more likely to get them to actually go with you as a client than if you just said, oh, we do meta ads. And it's same with like if you call yourself a marketing agency. Like someone else might have been stung by a marketing agency before, so they just associate marketing agencies with people that don't provide results. So you need to think of new, innovative ways to kind of label the stuff that you do. Number 2 is easy. Humans are wired to be lazy and want to get as much as possible with the least amount of work. We're wired to save our energy, to save our calories, because we don't know the next time we're gonna eat. That is how we're wired. So naturally we are lazy. So when you're creating your offer, when you're doing your outreach, and when you're doing your sales calls, you need to tap into that. Like, we do not like things being difficult at all. So you want to label your service as easy. So if you're doing the done for you service, you might want to label it as like completely hands off on your end, or freeing up all your time. You'll just see the sales going through your account and it's completely handled on our side. You don't need to lift a finger. So then that sounds really easy to them. Or for example, if you offer mentorship, what you then want to say is, it's a complete step-by-step guide. It's a roadmap, everything you need, the templates, like it's plug and play. All you need to do is get this roadmap, is get this course, and then you're on your way. It's to make it as easy as possible. Like, you don't need to do difficult work to get this result. And you don't just want that in your offer, you want your service to actually back that up. You want your service to be as easy as possible, because humans are lazy. So if you're doing mentorship, you want templates, you want SOPs, you want everything in place to make it easy for them. And if it is done for you, you want all the little tasks done for them so it is as easy as possible, so you're backing up your claim when you're selling your service. So by doing this, you're tapping into the natural human nature of being lazy, and that is why this offer works so well. And it's why someone in my community, Tom, has used this offer. He had no skill to start with, and he closed 4 clients last week, and he's got another 2 to 4 clients which he should close next week as well, and that's by using these hacks throughout his system, and he uses all 4 of them. Third is safe. So you have to realize humans are so risk averse. We'll feel a lot more pain of losing £100 than the pleasure we'd get from gaining £100. So you need to factor this in with your offer. And this is because in the past, making risky decisions could lead to like injury, abandonment, death. So like there were such high risks, like there were such bad like results of taking these risks, and that is ingrained into us. So you need to make your offer sound as safe as possible. So one way to do this is testimonials. So the more testimonials you have, the better the testimonials, and the more similar the testimonials are to the prospect. So say you're speaking to a prospect in a certain position, you then want to find a testimonial as similar to them and send that to them, because then they'll be like, oh, I relate, I'm in that exact same position, and they got to that result. So that's where it feels a lot safer, because it's someone like them. And that is one of the best methods in terms of having a lot of testimonials. 2 is paying results and commission basis or guarantees. So these are ways where you only win if the business wins. So that sort of way, you can build trust by saying, I won't take your money unless I get you this result. Or if I don't get you in the best shape of your life, I'll give you a full refund. Something like that is where you can build trust through that and make it seem safe. And then finally, just how you speak to the prospect, how confident you come across on like the sales call, because the emotions transfer. So if you're confident, if you're really sure that you can get them results, that will transfer to them and they'll feel that it's a much safer option. Obviously, when you do this, you actually have to back it up. So if you are offering a guarantee, you have to like give the guarantee if you don't provide the results. But so be careful with it. Only offer it if you know you can do it, or if you're willing to give them the refund. And it's what we do with our one-to-one mentorship. We help people go from 9 to 5 to digital nomads in 90 days, and we guarantee you hit 3 to 8K a month through our mentorship. And I'm willing to back that with my guarantee. But it builds that trust and it builds that safeness of the deal. And finally, the big one, literally. So B stands for big. People want the least amount of effort for the biggest reward. For like back in the day when we went hunting, if we could capture a massive animal of one hunt, that's a lot better than just loads of little berries from loads of different hunts. So what you need to do is label it as the least amount of effort, the easiest, the safest option for the biggest result. So what is the biggest result you could provide your clients, which you can actually provide? And 1, you want this to be your niche's dream result. So you really want to target and understand what their dream result is. And 2, if you can put like a monetary number on it, it makes it a lot better. If I can increase your revenue by 10K a month, or I can save you 20 hours a week through my AI automation. You want this to seem as big as possible with the least amount of effort and the least amount of risk for your prospect. So these are the 4 psychological hacks that if you use throughout your offer, if you can use all 4, amazing, but don't just cram them in for the sake of it. Like you want to sprinkle them in throughout your offer, throughout your sales process, to really build that trust and really kind of hack into the human psyche to then get those sales through. And it's such a good system. I've used it myself in my own marketing agency, and it's what I teach in my community and one-to-one mentorship as well. So as I said, we guarantee in my one-to-one mentorship that you hit 3 to 8K a month. So if you want to apply to become part of that mentorship, we have a link in the description where we can have a call and we give you free advice and free roadmap as well during that. Or we have a community which is only £97 a month, where you get the community calls, you get the full course, and we have a 7-day money back guarantee. So if you don't think it's for you, once you've gone inside and had a look around, I can refund you, no questions asked. And we also have no minimum contract, so you can do 1 month and then leave if you want. But yeah, thanks for watching the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.